Philosophy in Africa wasn't confined to ivory towers. It was woven into daily life, governance, and spirituality. The record is clear. Africans questioned existence, truth, and justice long before European colonizers, and some of their ideas directly shaped world religions and philosophies.
I was growing up, this was impressed upon me at an early age. They always said the older generations in Chicago, when my grandmother was growing up in the projects, when my parents were running this business in the 80s and 90s, they said they were the most polite, the most pious, the most considerate. Some of them couldn't read, though. You know, they would come in and not be able to read, but they were less dysfunctional than my family. You know, my grandmother, her mother had mental illness, and she would look outside the window in the projects and see a black family across the way, and they were sitting around the table holding hands saying grace, and it was an intact family. So I completely agree with you. So, obviously, there's a cultural destruction. Obviously, there's a cultural decline, but I think that was constant, even though the older generation was more genteel. I think that, honestly, that came from oppression. That came from a society where they were the minority. There was racism, there was abuse, there was segregation, and I think that made black people meek. And if you look, the out-of-wedlock birth rate started to blow up, not after Great Society in the late 60s, but in the 50s during the Civil Rights era. And I think that that was sort of a regression to the mean moment.